Hi guys, welcome. This is Meg Craig and Beth Smith. We're your Texas BSM Partnership Development Team, and we want to talk to you for just a second about the new kind of way you can see who has partnered with you financially this month.
Yeah, so many of you have shared with me that the way you know your partner's giving is coming in is by you getting receipts. And with the switch to Classy, you're not going to receive those receipts anymore. Your partner will still receive their receipts, but you won't receive yours. And so now we've had this dashboard for a while. Some of you may have clicked on it before, some of you may utilize it. But this dashboard is essentially a place where you can go and see all of the gifts that have come into your account. So if you notice on your spreadsheet, there's the donor and the donations tab. It's similar to that. However, on the donations tab, that's when you'll see those gifts come in, and it's kind of a long time before they're actually updated. But when you go to your dashboard, you'll be able to see it a lot quicker. So that's going to show us how to get to your dashboard, what that looks like, how to log in, questions you might have. So we'll kind of get started with showing y'all the logistics of everything.
Right. So when you have your support raising spreadsheet open, what Meg was just talking about, yeah, this tab down here that talks about donations, that falls a little behind. You can see the last ones that I have in here are from the end of July, but now we're almost to the end of August. When we get past the end of August, those will all get imported, but so it's a delay to finding them. So in the new system, here's what you do. You click right here in box number C8, this blue link that's called your Salesforce link. When you open that, you're going to be directed to this login page. Use your work email, which is your Texas Baptist email address, and a password. Now, Meg, some people clicked that link and then they were like, I don't know what my username and password is. That's because they never accepted the email that asked them to do two-factor authentication. Go back to your emails and look for an email from Texas Baptist that tells you how to set that up. It would have had a link in it. If you still can't make that work, you can't log in here, then what you need to do is you need to send an email to BSM Giving at Texas Baptist and tell us that you cannot log in to your Salesforce dashboard, and we will get that corrected. When you're able to log in, then what you're going to do is you're going to click this word right up here that says dashboards. We've also noticed some people could get logged in and they could see, oh, this is where I submit my finance report, but they didn't have the word dashboards here. If you don't have the word dashboards here, please let us know, and we've got to do something else to add that to your system. If you have it, if you can log in and you have it, then you click dashboards and you're going to see something with some gears on it that look like, or gauges on it that look like what your car would look like. It's going to show your active funding agreement at the top. It's going to have these little gauges. Now, these numbers are based on the numbers that finance and accounting has already received for the year and finished everything. So you may actually have received more donations than what shows up in this, because these gauges are tied directly to everything being finalized in your account. So, and then you'll see this third box, this third row of things here. The main thing you want to look for is this fourth box that says gifts this year. You'll notice your donor's name, the date they gave, and this status column is the one you'll notice. When it's a brand new gift that's just been given in the last 24 hours, it'll show up in here, and the word in the status will say billed, B-I-L-L-E-D. What does that mean? It means we've asked the credit card company or the bank for the money, but the money is somewhere between our asking and it getting back to us and finance and accounting actually entering it. So billed means the donor, the partner, has filled out a Classy link. They filled out a Giving Fuel link. They have a recurring gift or a one-time gift, and we've asked for that money. Once it comes in and finance and accounting gets it and does everything, then this status word is going to change to closed. So that's how you'll know that those dollars are in through the system the whole way they need to be. Meg, does that make sense that there'd be two different status words here?
Yes, yeah. So imagine it like when you are looking at your bank account and you see a transaction that says pending. Essentially, what that means is
Yes.
that your money is still going to that place, right? And then usually it says something like cleared or it's through or whatever. So it's similar to banking, like it's just like that. So we're just waiting for the money to come in, which means when it says it's closed, that means the money's arrived. So yeah, that all that makes sense.
That's a great, another way to think of it, Meg. So thank you for sharing that. A couple other things. If you're a Texas BSM missionary, you're not an employee. And because you're not an employee, you're not going to have this exact login and dashboard. But within the next few days, our staff has created a new way for you to be able to see your accounts. And we will email you how you do that. I feel like it's going to be very similar and it's going to look very similar. But those are coming in the next couple of days. So you too will be able to see your recently given gifts. We are told that it takes about 24 hours once we've requested the money and we're waiting for the money for it to show up in Build. So if I got a gift that, I know was coming on the morning of the 30th, tomorrow morning, I might not see it in that dashboard until the next working day. And so don't panic if you're like, wait, that person was supposed to give that gift on that day and I don't see it yet. Give it about 24 hours to repopulate, check it again, and then it should show up in there.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Meg, why is it important that people are looking at their dashboards on a regular basis?
Yeah, the dashboard is really going to show you where you're at. Beth, if you could actually pull yours up a little bit, I can explain a couple of the different things that people want to keep an eye on. All right, so if we scroll up to the top, and Beth was talking about those ones that look like car gauges, basically, you've got the percent of monthly, then you have the percent of yearly. If you look at Beth's percent of yearly, she's at a really good spot because it's in the green. So that is actually tracking your funding throughout the year. So when the year comes to about halfway, so July, you want that pin to be in the middle. You want it to be right in the middle. It's not going to be in the green because it's tracking your funds as they come in. So it's going to slowly move to the green as the year goes by. So like right now, if you looked at my dashboard, it's a little bit past the middle part because we're in August. And so we're almost through August. So we're a little bit over halfway through the year. And so it should be right on track. So if you look at your percent of yearly and it's still in the red, that's something you might want to talk with your coach about and y'all make a discussion, because that means that you're not even halfway funded for the year. So that's an important gauge to look at. And then when you look at your projected monthly percentage, that big yellow number, that percentage is essentially looking at what you got in last month. So it's thinking, okay, this is what you got last month, and this is what we're thinking you're going to get this month. So perhaps if the month before in July, you were still waiting for some gifts to come in August to get you to that 100% mark, that's not going to be reflected on that percentage until September. So if that's reflecting essentially your percentage from the previous month and what they're projecting you'll get. So if you know you're going to be getting some new gifts in August or you've already received them, that percentage won't change until September. So that's something important to think about. And then the projected monthly is the one right next to the percentage, and that's showing you what you're bringing in monthly. So that's showing the dollar amount that you're bringing in, not just the percentage. And then the percent monthly is based off your last month's gifts. And so that's also showing, are you in the 100% mark for hitting all of those gifts? So
Great explanation, Meg, on those dashboards. So yeah, we wanted you to see a sample so you'd know what to look for. Again, the reminders are that you first of all open your spreadsheet You click the blue link in your spreadsheet to get to log in to then get to see your dashboard. So it's a multi-step process, but that way it keeps yours confidential. Not everybody else can see it. It's really only for you. We don't share your dashboard with your supervisor. We do share your spreadsheet with your supervisor. It is possible that your spreadsheet could show that you have, let's say maybe 100%. Again, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. It is possible that on your spreadsheet, your percent completed for the year number is going to be different than what's in your dashboard. There's a reason for that. The reason for that might be that I've put some numbers down in here of some gifts maybe that I think are coming, but I haven't gotten yet. And so that's going to change that number. So this percent completed for the year is based on the information you fill out here. And so if you have something that's a pledge, and we haven't received those gifts yet, but you have a dollar amount in here, it's going to throw your percentage off on this worksheet. But on the dashboard, it's not going to show pledge gifts. It's only going to show actual gifts that have been received. So that's why there might be a difference between those two percentages completed for the year. So we want to coach you through all these things and help you understand. This is the new way for you to know which donors have given which amounts of money. Also on that dashboard, you'll notice that the names are in blue. If you hover over and click a person's name, you'll get to see their information. So maybe you need their address, their physical address, to mail them a thank you card. Hover over their name, click on it, and it'll show you some information that you can find their physical address so you can write them and send them a thank you card. Please remember how important it is to communicate with your partners and to keep them updated on what is happening in your ministry throughout the year. That's part of the reason why we want you to be able to see which gifts have come and which gifts have not. Also, just so you know, there's a couple of us, Kate Bean and myself and Bill No, and then a couple of ladies in the office, Katie Coleman in particular, who can log into Classy and we can find a gift if something's missing or you're confused. You can ask one of us and we can look those up for you and help you with that pieces of information. I had a question this morning about a donor gift and we were able to open it and look for it and then answer the worker. So don't be afraid to ask us if you have a question. Be prepared if you ask me and I'm in the middle of a meeting, it may take me a few minutes to go find it and get back to you. I'm not going to be able to answer every question immediately, but definitely send me a message and I will look it up in my next break between meetings, coaching meetings. Meg, I think the same thing. The next break we have between meetings, we're going to try to keep you as updated as possible. So that's it. That's how you know who has given to your account in the last few days, few weeks, few months. Please make sure that you're keeping up with that and that you're aware. If you run into a problem and you're not able to find a dashboard or log in, let us know so we can get that set up for you correctly in the coming days. All right, guys. I want you to know we're praying for you as the school year begins and you're having opportunities to meet new students. All of your partners have given so that you have that opportunity to minister college students on campus. And so we're so grateful for them and grateful for the way they work. Your recurring gifts on Giving Fuel will automatically get moved over after the middle of September to the new Classy system. So you may still get that old Giving Fuel receipt for a gift that comes from now until about the middle of September. After that, you'll stop getting receipts, but it doesn't mean the gift has stopped. It just means it got moved from Giving Fuel to Classy.
Awesome. Yeah,
Great.
that's great.
Okay, y'all have a great day.